Gentlemen, welcome back to the Shlog. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, thanks for coming back. If you stumbled upon this by total accident and you're like, what the heck is this guy doing? Stick with us. It's a lot of fun. This is my weekly vlog or Shlog, shop log of our little motorcycle shop here in Montrose, Colorado called Highland Cycles. We are an off-road mainly shop. Mainly dirt bikes. We do have to work on ATVs and snowmobiles and street bikes every now and then because we got to pay the bills, but we mainly love dirt bikes. And today, oh, we have a dog. So if nothing else, follow us because the dog, she's awesome. She's a little blue heeler named Leia, and she's actually kind of a pain in the butt, but I love her. So today, first thing we got to do is we're upgrading some lights right up there. This is not my building, I rent this building, but these fluorescent things are terrible. They burn out all the time, and anyway, so we're upgrading. It's gonna be awesome. I'm just gonna film that one. We got one other burnt out one over there that I'm gonna do today too, but let me just show you what we're doing. I know this doesn't have anything to do with dirt bikes, but if you got a shop, it might totally interest you. So let me go grab the parts. All right. So these things are super cool. Like I said, I know this isn't dirt bike related, but if you're a shop person, you might really want to do this because it saves a ton of money and it never burns out. Anyway, super duper easy. So we're gonna put LEDs in everything. We got to make sure we don't break anything coming out. My friend Kenny, who you've seen here, decided he had to open the top of this thing. But anyway, it made it not that easy. Okay, I think we're good. So, these are LED strips. There's the driver right there. These things are just super, super cool. Super easy to do. Yeah, I'll show you how they work. So now I'm going to climb up on this ladder and see if I can't fall off of this thing and sue the owner of this joint for some money. Safety third. So we got to figure out where the white wire is and the black wire, and then we're going to tie that in to the new driver. We just unhooked that guy, so that's the cool part. There's Zach's transmission project for the KX500. That's been a lot of fun. These right here are for the old ballast. It's actually a pretty new ballast. The fixture is old. Well, the cool thing is, since I don't own this building, we're still fine. We don't have to worry about, like, I can take these lights with me. So here's the new LED driver. Here's the super cool thing. Those are magnets. Just take it and put it right up there. There's the white of the new one. Wrap that around, wire nut the heck out of it. As a mechanic, I hate to even think about wiring these things with wire nuts. I'd rather solder it, but I also don't want to waste a bunch of time. There we go. Now, I'll call that back up in there. I don't have to stick anything out, but we got a bunch of junk trying to find its way out. Oh, this is going to be awesome. So, I think we got everything hooked up right. Now, we just got to bring our LEDs up here, magnetize them up to the top. So, there we go. Look at that, they just stick right there. Alright. Then we just plug this little guy in. Make sure we do it the right way. And we'll test it before we clean that all up. So here we go. All right, that should work. Let's turn the lights on. Here, I'll aim you. Boom! Look at that. Super bright. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. So yeah, now we're just gonna go clean those wires up. Probably just get some zip ties and kind of just tie them up there so they're just not hanging down. But yeah, we got one more to do over there. I'm not gonna bore you with that one since I showed you that, but let's get back to dirt bike stuff. All right, guys, so crazy, whatever, lots of things going on here, but quick announcement. We are officially starting on the YZ125 build project. It's there, taking the motor out right now. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, so I'm going to be filming those separately because it's going to be a full build, taking that thing from, it was a running motorcycle, but in pretty rough condition. You just need lots of attention. But we're going to take that thing and build it up into one bad motorcycle for my kids. So really excited. Roger Hurd, thank you so much for that motorcycle. We got all the parts here. I think we're good to go. I think the last thing we got to do is just the work. So really excited about that. Going to be pulling that motor out here today. But what is going on here for the Shlog is we got mail time. This is actually just TM Designs cool guy stuff for my bike and for Brady Metter, but the cool part is this. So let's open this thing up. So we got a box. Very excited. It is from Mr. Mark Slover at Task Racing. Let's see what's in here. Right on. Mark is an awesome guy. I literally just met him online. And he's so cool. Here you go, Morgan. Look forward to seeing pics and how you like it. Cheers, Mark Slover, Task Racing. So stoked, guys. It's another part for the YZ250 KTM beater build. I'm so thankful. Thank you, Mark, for this. Really excited about this. Here it is, guys. Boom! 6-inch light bar, boys and girls. That is legit. I am so stoked. So the YZ, now that it has electric start, it also has 110 watts of power on board and a really ripping battery. So I reached out to Mark at Task Racing because I'd heard really great things about him. Moto Minded is definitely my go-to for KTM stuff. The Moto Minded stuff I'm running on the KTM is absolutely brilliant. My Moto Minded helmet light is amazing. But Moto Minded does not do anything for anybody other than KTM and Husky. So, at least not that I can tell. I haven't seen... Anyway, definitely not YZ250s. Not many people do. But Mark came up with a solution for me. Really excited about this. Comes with the harness, the wiring harness, everything. I believe... Oh, amber lens for it. Really excited about that. And yeah, I gotta figure out how to mount it up. I don't know how any of this works, so yeah, we're gonna figure this out together. So because I'm definitely gonna get this thing mounted up on the YZ very soon. I think these probably go where the bark busters are, I'm guessing. So yeah, super stoked. It's gonna be awesome. So I got the YZ125 144 apart, and now I've been prepping the cases, and I was trying to decide whether or not I was going to put the new tranny bearings in it, but I was like, well, of course I am. These ones do feel brand new, but I was like, well, we're building this thing, so let's take them apart. So let's get those bearings out right now, and then that way we can actually sandblast these cases and make them look really nice before we put the new bearings back in. These bearings here are captured with these plates and these big Phillips head screws. These screws are notorious for stripping out if you're not careful. So what we want to do is we're going to heat them up with the blue wrench over there. There it is. And then we're going to use an impact driver to knock them loose. Now, we can knock that sucker out. There we go. You see this bearing has this like circlip on it to kind of hold it down, and then, well, it bottoms out here, but then this allows these to come in on top and hold the bearing in place. So now we got to get this one out, and that blind, there you go. That blind bearings, those can be a nightmare, so we'll see. Hopefully this goes better than Zach's foray last week. There it comes. Just like that. Take that, Zach Sheets! He's sad over there. He can't see it, but trust me, it's happening. I just got lucky, but I'll take it. So, now I got 3 more. In this case, these ones should actually be easy. These ones are captured here and here. This one I think we just knock out. Yep, from this side. So, yeah, we should have an easy go with this. Hey guys, how's it going? So we got a good one here. Got a new KX100. Well, it's like a 14 or 15. Super clean. Owned by a guy whose kids ride an enormous amount of hours every year. They're farmers here. They have an egg farm, like chicken eggs. Anyway, out near Peach Valley. And the kids go out there, when the dad's out there doing chores, the kids just go out and ride and ride and ride because they're backed up right to the BLM. So they get to ride a lot. Because of that, they wear things out. And unfortunately, they had a bit of a failure with this chain. So if you take a look here, it's it doesn't want to come out of there, and the wheel doesn't turn. So it's actually pretty interesting getting this onto the lift. I should have filmed the struggle. I forgot to. Sorry about that. But also, it broke a tooth. It's got one of them Tennessee sprockets on there. There we go. So that's going to work good. I'll show you guys that front sprocket here in a second. But I just want to mention that the thing that the angriest man in motorsports is working on is a 2006 WR450F that is actually for sale. I know it looks a little rough from a distance, but you'll notice it's still got the stock graphics on it. It's still got the stock grips on it. It really doesn't have that many hours on it. It definitely has different tires, although the front might be... No, the front's not the stock one either. But anyway, Zach is actually prepping it to get ready for sale for this customer. So if anybody's interested, there we go. Also, if anybody wants to punch Zach in the face, you can do it. Good luck. Actually, people, I have a thing. We're starting, I don't know if it's a betting pool or what, but so you'll notice the facial hair that Mr. Sheets is sporting right now. His wife is not a huge fan of that facial hair, and she wants him to shave it. First of all, comment below what you think about the facial hair, and anything goes. Don't be too mean, but like, you can say whatever you want to say, but I want to know your guesses as to how long Zach can keep that beard and or how long he can grow it, like down to his knees, his belly, I don't know, but it is a day-by-day situation here. Every day he comes in, I'm amazed that he still has it, because his wife is not stoked on it. So, yeah. Alright, so this style sprocket doesn't have any bolt fasteners holding it on. There's no like center bolt holding it to the counter shaft, and there's no bolts like holding a plate on. It's just a circlip right there. So, get these off, all you need is a pair of circlip pliers. I'm going to come in here. There we go. Boom. Slide that sucker off. So this is when it's important that when you buy a new sprocket, you make sure that the thickness is the same as the stock, because that circlip is the only thing putting pressure on this bushing, that then it's putting pressure on a O-ring that's in there. The seal on the outside is keeping oil from coming, from outside past this bushing on the outside, but then there's an O-ring in here that bushing's pushing on to keep the oil from coming out down the shaft. So sometimes the aftermarket manufacturers, it'll end up being a little bit skinny, and you put the circlip on there and it's not actually holding it tight enough against there, and it'll leak out down the shaft and out. So you want to make sure when you buy aftermarkets, if you buy aftermarket sprockets, which we do, that you get the right thickness. There we go. And see, tell that's good, because when you just push on the circlip, it doesn't want to spin, and that means it's held on there nice and tight. So now time to grab a new chain, get that on there. I'll show you guys how we cut these little guy chains. Alright guys, so to cut these chains of any kind, I like to use a chain breaker with an impact a lot, but this 420 chain is too small. Like the pin won't go through because these pins are too small. So we need to figure out what chain, what link we need to cut. We got it set, it's on the first little tick mark there. It's about the right, chain adjustment, but we can obviously back that up and tighten it up, no worries. So there we go, we're gonna cut that one, and let me show you how we do this the quick and easy way. Alright, so we gotta cut this. We're gonna grind those rivets off, engage the safety squints. Now we grab our snap-on screwdriver. Snap-on because when we jack it all up, they'll replace it. Boom, just like that. Chain's cut. Still too short. I'm just kidding, but it's all good. There we go. Ready to rock. Alright guys, now we'll get the tension set, lube it up, and be ready to rock and roll. I think I'm also going to take this carburetor off and clean it, because that's disgusting. He didn't mention that, the customer didn't, but yeah. I think we got a gasket leaking, so I'm going to take that apart and see if I can't get that to quit looking like that. Then we'll be ready to rock and roll. We'll move on to the next job. Oh. Doing a service and cleaning the carburetor on that 100. I talked to the customer if he's good to do that. So carburetor is cooking over in the ultrasonic right now. I am going to work on an idea I have. So the one problem I have left with the E-Start kit for my YZ is how hard it is to get the air filter out of it. So that is a situation. It's not the end of the world. I can do it, but I don't love it. So I have an idea. One thing is to take this panel off. Makes a huge difference because you can get in there and get the screw out, but it still doesn't want to come out of the airbox. So check it out, guys. That's gonna be way, way, way better. I'm really excited about that. I just got done putting that light on my YZ250. Massive thank you to Task Racing for that light. If you want to see the install video, I'll put a card right up here. Make sure you check that out. It was super easy to mount, super easy to set up. It works great with the Panthera Motorsports charging system. It doesn't even really notice that it's there. It's charging the battery just fine with all that light on there. This thing is crazy bright. I'll put a little video up here of me riding it at night that I took with my phone. So much fun. Yeah, I'm so stoked about that. That thing is rad, and I just couldn't be happier. So I think the Project KTM Killer is just about done. I don't think there's anything else really I got to do. It's ready to rock and roll. So I'm stoked. Let's get on with the next job. As I'm getting my big girl ready for an adventure that I'm honestly really not that excited for. I have been talking about riding that bike on 5 miles of hell now for years, and I'm finally actually going to do it. If you guys know anything about that trail, it's not really all that hard, but it's pretty hard, and the 300-pound 4-stroke is going to be a son of a gun to get through it. But I'm going to do it, and I'm going to film it for you guys. So I really hope that the film comes out well. Make sure you stay tuned because it's going to come out after this. So again, like I always say, subscribe to the channel because it should be pretty rad. But really the only thing I'm doing to prep it, I've already adjusted the valves and changed the oil, and it's all, everything's good from the last trip from the rim rockers. But now I need a tire because this tire is not only pretty worn out, it's like 3 years old, maybe 4, I don't know, it's been on there a long time. So I'm gonna put a stickier tire on, and I just want to address something. People are always complaining and whining about bent rims, and oh, if I put mooses on, I'm just gonna get a bent rim and then my life's gonna end and people won't think much of me and all this stuff. And I just want to show you something. You see that? That's broken. It's broken on the other side too. And it's been broken since I raced the 1000 in 2006. So it's okay. As long as your spokes are tight and all that, you'll be just fine. Now that's not the best, and I probably should put a new rim on it, and I will someday, but it'll be fine. It'll be just fine. It was like that when I started the rim rocker, and that was 500 and some odd miles worth of riding. Anyway, it's like that when I pre-ran the 1000 the year after. Anyway, so for all of you who whine and complain about your rims not being perfectly straight, stop it. That's from me to you. Stop it. Just enjoy riding your dirt bike. So let's go take a look and see what we're going to run. I think I have a good idea. Should be interesting for an XR. Yes, I got one. So, boom, right here. Gonna run the 505 cheater from Shinko. Is it Shinko? Yeah, Shinko 505 cheater. I got a nice big fat 120 that I'm gonna put on there. I think that's gonna be good. I think I'll leave the front on there. I don't think I'm gonna change the front because yeah, it'll be all right. I mean, whatever. Also, the front's got a moose in it, and I'm just gonna leave it on there, and so I don't have to look at the moose and see that it's worn, and then put another one on. But yeah, let's put this thing on there. Then I think the 650 will be ready to go, other than putting gas in it. All right, so we got this ginormous tire on the bike. It's a 120 by 118, but it is really, really big. Oh, right on, guys. Just got the XR650 loaded up, ready to go to 5 miles of hell tomorrow. It's the end of the day. It's the end of the week. Thanks, guys, so much for joining me for the Shlog. I've had a great week. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. As always, if you guys ever have any questions, please comment below with any questions, or you can email me at morgan@highland-cycles.com. I am happy to answer any questions you guys have anytime. Email is probably the best way to get a hold of me. I'm not super fast at getting back, but I will, I promise, get back to you. Anyway, guys, as always, I hope you get out and spread the gospel of two wheels, and I desperately hope that what we're doing here at Highland Cycles is inspiring you guys to work on and get out and ride your dirt bikes!